Great. I'll kick it off, buddy. Got it. Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for being on. I apologize. It's dark here. If you can see me, I'm James Levins. I'm one of Steve's partners here with InPhone. Exciting times, and I didn't want to miss it. I'm actually driving back to my house, about a 4-hour drive, and I pulled into a parking lot here to be safe. But I'm excited about InPhone. You know, I'm an entrepreneur since diapers. Can you hear me, Steve?
Okay, yeah, cool. You're good.
Entrepreneur since diapers, and I've always been a networker. And the power of networking is obviously you can build your business successfully. You can meet a lot of great people. And the biggest issue people have, this day and age, is when they share their information with maybe a simple business card. People might lose it. People might not want to touch it. People might forget it. But I say the other step you have to do is physically type in people's phone numbers or emails or websites. And people are very busy. So it might not work. Well, with InPhone, we solve all those problems. And I'm not going to compare us to a digital business card because we're a business tool that is much, much, much more than just a digital business card. You're going to see tonight, we have a lot of cool features, a lot of cool upgrades that we use, especially for business, but also personal use. And, I want my man to kick it off here because talking is one thing, but seeing it for yourself as it's used on a day-to-day basis will show you the power of an InPhone is. And then I'll kind of come in later and kind of recap what we talked about. But without further ado, the greatest part about life is the people that you meet in it. And I say this, a brother from another mother. I never met him in real life. I met him through a great friend, Lynn Shepard. And I feel like even though I've never met him in real life, we've been brothers forever. And that's the cool, powerful thing about, being 2021, the power of the internet and so on and so forth. And he's a rock star entrepreneur. He is teaching me things left and right every day. We feed off each other, and just a great guy and a huge asset to the InPhone family. So without further ado, my man's going to show you exactly what InPhone is and how to use it. Mr. Steve Ramona, Mr. InPhone himself.
Mr.
All you, buddy.
Great. How you doing, buddy? Thanks for the introduction. I'll speak to you, my brother. I'm going to start off with a little screen share. Can you guys see that? Can you see that, James? Thumbs up. So
yes, sir.
That started my journey with InPhone when Lynn introduced me to James back in December. You're seeing 13,515 views. That's how many people have clicked on my InPhone link in 11 months. Approximately 1,200, 1,300 people. It could be multiple people, but that's okay because in sales, what do we need to do? We need to be contacting every day. Joanne, who's on here, my fabulous business partner, and other opportunities, and we work still together. We talk about that all the time, but to contact people, you need to have people. Well, InPhone bridges that gap because I'm getting tons of sales, and you can see why, because people are sharing my InPhone. I'm sharing my InPhone. I probably shared it with 400 people personally. So what's that? 5x, 10x, 15x, I'm not good with math. Whatever that number is, it's very big. I just want you to think about if 1,000 people saw your business every month, would it hit your goals? Would it hit your income goals? Would it hit your customer goals? Think about that. And there's people on here who do have InPhone. This is really powerful to use well. If you're not using it, get out there and use it. Get out there and share it. Get it on social media, because that part of this is I share my InPhone every day on social media. Now, from the respects of how does InPhone work, let me show you my InPhone. So this is my InPhone. This is my actual home screen on my Samsung phone. What I love about InPhone that separates us from those great digital cards out there, we're not a digital card. We are a web app, meaning you don't need to download from the app stores. You don't need a password or username. It's just taken right off your browser and dropped on your home screen. So what are people holding in their hands every day? Go out to a restaurant. I did it Sunday. There are 14 people. Hold on one sec. Let me get this link out to somebody. There are about 14 people that were in the restaurant. And how many people do you think have the InPhone or had a phone in their hand? All of them. Recording. So it's something to be aware of. Bear with me for a second here. Oops, it's the wrong one. You guys are going to see all this is actually live. You're seeing everything live. How cool is that?
Awesome.
I don't want to keep doing that. Let me do this. It'd be great for the recording, huh, guys? There we go. So they have it in their hands all the time. The other digital cards don't do that. We have something called a favicon, which you can see is developed here. We take your picture, your logo, or your picture and your logo, like Megan has here or Brian has here, or you can see my picture, my logo. What are people doing all day on their phone? They're doing this. Oh, I need to go Bed Bath & Beyond. I need to iHeartRadio. Let me go here. Oh, Brian Shamp. Oh, yeah, I remember I talked to the guy 4 weeks ago. Now, if Brian gave his business card out, it's probably gone. Or if it was an email, that's gone. If it was in a text, he's got to search for it. But when he sees the picture, he opens it up and boom. This is the platform for InPhone. I love Brian's because that's all his clients he works with. It really tells his story. And what does it do? It brings Brian credibility, tons of credibility. Look at the weight loss. And this can happen with any business. And if we drop down to him sharing it with a click of a button, you can take your phone, point your camera right at the QR code. It's going to pull up the website, couple of steps, add to your home screen, and it's going to end up right here again on somebody's home screen. Very, very powerful way of sharing, and see why I have 13,500 people have my InPhone or have shared my InPhone one way or another. The other way you could do is just click the URL button here. It's copied. I can now throw it in a text, Facebook Messenger, WhatsApp, email, wherever you want to put it, that link is there. When you click on it, again, it pulls up this unbelievable platform. They can save in contacts. So if people are contacts people, I'm not, but people like to go through their contacts looking for people. When they find me or Brian, they're only going to see his name, his phone number, his email, but the InPhone link. And what does that give the prospect, customer, or client? His complete business solutions, everything about his business. And then you can learn how to save it to you as an icon. We have a little step-to-step here that shows you how to do that. Here's our regular digital card, communication tools. Call the office, call the mobile, send a text, send an email. How many times have you forgotten email? I never have to forget remember Brian's email ever again. I just click on that button, I send him an email. Learn about Brian. Why do I want to work with Brian? Boom, it's right there. It's going to pull up his site. Now, what's great about InPhone, that when I talk to people, and I had a great conversation with Jamel this afternoon, just a great conversation, was if you have multiple services or multiple businesses, you place those on the InPhone. And if Brian is talking about his coaching program and I sign up for it, but I go back to call him and I click call, and look at that, I could call him, don't have to remember his number. But then I learn about his success stories or his products. I didn't know Brian had meal delivery. Let me click on that. And there's his meal delivery, and he's got 40% off. I literally can buy his services, his products right from the InPhone without even talking to Brian. How many people would like to get sales that way? Just right off a tool like this. And he's got a Zoom button, and I'll show you some of those things. All his social media. LinkedIn's a big one for me. And how many times are you searching for somebody on LinkedIn? You spell Brian wrong with an A instead of an E. You're frustrated you don't connect with them on LinkedIn. Well, with InPhone, hallelujah, if I'm logged in, it connects me right to InPhone, right to his LinkedIn. I can connect with them right away. I have tripled my LinkedIn followers over the last 6 months because of this, as people can click on it and become a LinkedIn follower with me. James, anything you want to add so far?
No, sir. Phenomenal, man. Again, guys, just to repeat what Steve just said, we can make it fully customized to anything you want. So if you have a Zoom link, that's the same generic Zoom link that you always use, or a personal one, you can put Zoom with me. Your customer, client, whoever you're Zoom with, can physically press that button, and it'll go right to your Zoom link. If you have Venmo, you don't have to click on all of them, Steve, but if you have Venmo, Cash App, PayPal that you use, my fiance is a skincare esthetician, and she uses Venmo because not a lot of people carry cash anymore. She has her Venmo on there. Steve, can you mute the lines up, bud? She has her Venmo on there. And in 2 seconds, you can click Venmo me, and it'll give right to her Venmo link. So, Steve, you're doing a great job, guys. Any link you want it to go to, we can fully customize it. Keep going, buddy.
Awesome. So with that, we've added some, of course, your calendar program. Always forget about that. I get appointments all the time from people I don't know because somebody shared the InPhone link to somebody and said, you need to talk to Steve. I know Shirley and me have talked. People have done that with her. They click on and make an appointment, and then she's meeting with, how'd you meet me? Oh, Steve or Joe or Tony, whoever said to connect with you. I just made an appointment. How much time does that save with emails back and forth or a phone call? Hey, Shirley, when are you available? Oh, this. They could just book an appointment. Other things that are great, staff directories, and we won't get into all that, the LinkedIn. One is that me and James love, and I think some of our clients here that are on here love as well, as our video chat. Now, I'm an Android user. James is an iPhone user, boo iPhone. I'm just kidding. Steve Jobs, don't come down from heaven. I still love you. I can't do smile time. What's that called? I never use
FaceTime. I smile. FaceTime.
Smile time. Okay. FaceTime. I can't do it with James. My fiance has an iPhone, same thing. She just gets upset all the time. Now with a click of a button, we won't go through it, but it's going to connect in seconds via video chat. You could be able to share your button. You can see my hand there. Hello, everybody. Hey, what's up, everybody? But you see how quick it connects. You can share your screen on the computer. You can record this. Turn off your mic. Turn off your video. So it's real similar to Zoom. It is just one-on-one, but what are we doing most of the time? One-on-one events or one-on-one meetings. In a meeting like this, of course, you're going to want to use Zoom, but it's very powerful. And I tell you, I rented a property with my InPhone video chat because my fiance was at the property. I was at my office. I couldn't be there. She turned it on, started walking around the room. I look at the chimney and the floors. Hey, that looks great. The guy heard my voice. He goes, are you Steve Ramona? He said, yeah. Hey, Steve, how you doing? He says, you've got the place. I've got 18 people in line, but we're going to give it to you because I know you're going to know your family. That wouldn't have happened if she just said, hey, Steve Ramona, maybe, but the power of me seeing the place and her sharing it. Think about realtors doing open houses. Think about a mechanic working on a car. They can show their client right from their office. A landscaper's doing some work. ServPro is out to a house and they're showing, working on a home. This makes your customer, client, prospect a hero. I think everything we have, but these are one of our great tools. The other tool I love is the file share. Keep in mind, any size file share can be transferred from device to device. That's why it's encrypted. It doesn't go through servers. It goes from phone to phone, computer to computer, phone to computer, whatever device that it's sending on. Real simple click of a button. You can hear I'm saying simple a lot, easy a lot, because that's what we've done with InPhone. We've made your business easier for people to access, utilize, and grow with. I'll just pick some file here. I don't know what I'm grabbing. Let's see. Hope there's a good picture. Okay, I'll grab Bob there. And I come back. It's going to give me another form of encryption with a password. So Chanel would grab my InPhone, hit receive. She'd put the password in. And then if it's a large file, minutes, small file, seconds, that file is sent to that person. And it can go back and forth. If Chanel wants to send me a file and she doesn't own an InPhone, she can do that. It's very reciprocal from your clients to you, back to your clients. They didn't make it that everybody had to have an InPhone. The business owner want to have an InPhone so they can work their business through us. And the last thing I'll leave it with, let's see, about 220. We develop something called a review button. If you guys are in business, you guys all know about reviews. They're extremely powerful and extremely deadly. They can ruin your business if you don't manage it. What we've done is built a form. You can see it says InPhone, but we'll put your headshot or your logo, whatever picture you want, up there so we, of course, brand you. But what we've done is you can fill out this information. They can, excuse me, the client, and then star it and then put their feedback. But it doesn't go out to the internet world. When it gets out there, Jack, you're screwed. Or you got to spend a lot of money to get it out there. Excuse my language. With us, it gets emailed to Jack. Jack can manage it, and it says Steve Ramona gave a 1 star because he never answers the phone. Well, Jack reaches out to me and goes, "Hey, Steve, I saw your review. You know, what's going on? I had the wrong phone number." "Oh, Jack, I'm so sorry." "That's no problem, Steve. Go ahead. Can you submit another review and leave me a 5-star review?" That gets emailed to you. Now you ask me to put it on Yelp, Google, Yahoo, whatever reviews that you're working with. 2 things happen. You've managed your reviews. And the second thing is you've got a happy customer now who you could have lost, who could not have renewed or rebuy from you. Boom, you're taken care of. That button is so powerful, and it comes with any InPhone product that you or plan that you buy. The last but not least, and I have to thank James for this because he came up with this. James we talk all the time, your network is your net worth. And I mentioned that to a lot of people, like, I've never heard that before, but that's true. Who are you partnering up with? Who are you collaborating with to grow each other's business, to work together? I might give Tori 14, referrals. I may get 2 back, but it doesn't matter. It's about working together. Why we're networking here, why we go to networking groups. Well, James built this unbelievable, this is my business partner page. So these are all the InPhone businesses that I work with. I always use my chiropractor because he gets referred a lot. So with a click of a button, I'm at church. Somebody goes, "Steve, you used to own health clubs. You probably have a great chiropractor." I do. Been working with 15 years. I click on his InPhone, and I just do the quick QR code. The person scans it. I did this last week at a grocery store. She literally went ahead, hit schedule an appointment, made an appointment, showed up and said, "Steve Ramona referred me through the InPhone." He got a patient out of it. Because I'm telling her, I've been with him 15 years. My back was a mess. Look at his reviews. Look what he does here on his patient day. I can sell my chiropractor's business right in front of that person. Instead of in the past, it would be contact Dr. Martinez. Here's his phone number. He's a great guy. You tell me which referral is better. His complete business solutions that I can talk about, or just a phone number, email, or website. And this goes on and on. What's the other problem with your business partners? Somebody comes to you and says, "Hey, Joanne, I'm looking for a landscaper." "Oh, I got a great landscaper." "But wait a minute, let me get back to you. It's at my office's phone number or his car or whatever." So Joanne goes back to her office. She forgets. She gets busy. She never sends the referral. Or she eventually does, and the guy found another landscaper. I've talked to hundreds of businesses over the last 6 months. Every single one of them told me they've lost a referral that way. Might have been one time, might have been 10 times. But we don't know it until that you talk to that person and says, "Yeah, I tried to give you a referral and I screwed up. I couldn't get it to you." We solved that problem because your business partners are here. It sits on that person's cell phone that's your client or your customer or even the prospect. I have gotten a number of referrals from a gentleman named Alan in a network group. He hasn't signed up for InPhone yet. He's given me 20 referrals. He just does this. He's got my InPhone, QR code. He sends it out, loves it. How cool is it that we make it simple to refer your business? I think that's a game changer for 2022, which, James, I can't believe is coming. That's about what I got. I think I covered everything there, James.
Phenomenal job, Steve. We do have, it's just amazing. We can sit here for 3 hours, talk about all the different features. My favorite is obviously that referral A-team. Steve said it. All my business cards back in the past used to have your network is your net worth. And I live by that because when I wake up every day, I think in my head, how can I make Steve Ramona money today in his business? So when it's my time to get referred, he'll remember me. We've done all that for you. So if you're a real estate agent and you have a mortgage broker, a landscaper, a roofer, a painter, you're going to give your network out anyway. But here you don't have to do any extra work. Everybody in network gets an InPhone. We attach them to your InPhone. And when you hand out your InPhone to somebody, your entire entourage goes with you with zero extra work. So imagine the power of numbers. Now, Steve has a monster network. You saw probably 50 or 60 people in his A team. Imagine if you just had 10 people, which I recommend you build a bigger network. But if you just had 10 people in your network on your InPhone, and everybody just hands out their InPhone to one person a day, in 30 days, a month's time, you as the chiropractor will be on 300 plus smartphones in some which way or another. That's the power of advertising in my eyes, if you think about that, without any extra effort. So imagine having 100 people in your referral A team or more, whatever it is, it's up to you. Steven, the other thing I wanted to talk about for 1 second is you saw video chat, you saw the review, you saw a lot of the features. We also have secure chat, which is doctors use this, school teachers, which I'm really excited. We're launching a school program soon you're going to hear about. Phenomenal. I sat with a president of the school last week. They loved it. They're going to get it for all the school teachers. Now imagine this. You have an InPhone and you hand it out to somebody, but you don't want them to have your cell phone number. You don't want them to have your text message. You don't want them to have your personal information, but you still need to communicate with them. So with secure chat, they would go into your InPhone and press whatever you want to call it. Text me, secure chat, chat with me. Once they press it, you get a text message, you allow it, you accept it and say, yes, I'll chat. And you sit there and have a conversation as if you're text messaging with them. Only the power is they don't have your cell phone number. And as soon as you're done talking, chatting with that person, you get a full email of the entire conversation that you had. That's why the schools are freaking out about this. They love it. Doctors, real estate agents that don't want to give their cell phone numbers out, anybody can use it. I'll end with this and I'll hand it back to Steve and we can open for questions. InPhone is a game changer. And obviously I'm being biased because, you know, I live by it as my passion. I'm part of the company. But I will say every person that I ever showed this to went, wow, where did you get that? How did you get that? That's so cool. Because I say this lovingly, people are so busy, in parentheses, lazy, okay? They don't want to do any extra steps. So if I hand you a business card and you look at it and then you put my phone number in, that took you an extra 30 seconds. With InPhone, you press call me, call mobile, call office, whatever you put it as, and in 2 seconds, they're calling you. You can video chat with your loved ones. If you're on your computer, you can video chat with your grandchild at college while they're on their smartphone and you're on your computer. It doesn't matter what device you have. You just have to be connected to the internet somehow. So you see the benefits and all the features. And for the price, you cannot beat it in my eyes. I'll give you a case in point. My buddy today, big entrepreneur, part of a big company. He said, hey, I added another industry to my portfolio. Can you please add this new company info? Well, guess what? Before he would have to throw his business cards away, rip them up, or carry 10 of them, I said, no problem. All we did was send it to our data entry specialist team. They updated his InPhone within minutes. Now he has the updated InPhone, no extra cost, no new business cards. And everybody that he handed his InPhone out to for the past 2 months, 3 months, a year, all now have the updated version, up to date every single day. Pricing is this. If you just want InPhone without video chat or without secure chat, it's $199 per year. If you'd like to add video chat or secure chat, it's $249 per year. If you'd like all of the above, like you saw Steve with video chat, secure chat, and obviously everything else, it's $299 for the entire year. The reason we made it those prices, they're very affordable, is because, again, if you're a networker, if you're out handing your business out to somebody, your old business card, if they lose it, if they throw it away, if they hand it out, you're going to go through business cards. You then have to buy new ones. If you change companies, if you get a promotion, you then have to throw your old business cards away and buy new ones. With InPhone, you simply send a quick email to our data entry specialist that you're assigned to, and they update it right away. $199, $249, or $299. And it's not about you handing your InPhone to a customer. It's about them having an amazing experience and then them sharing it, the customer sharing it with all of their friends and family. And next thing you know, you may or may not get a bunch of business. I can't guarantee anything. But Steve, I'm excited. If anybody would like to actually get an InPhone, whoever invited you here, we do have an affiliate program. So if you guys want to hear about that, reach out to whoever brought you here. But If you'd like to get an InPhone, it takes physically 5 minutes. If you're a little bit slower on the computer or the phone, maybe 10 minutes. You simply go in there, you click get an InPhone, fill out which one you want, the $199, $249, or $299. After that, you're going to fill out your information. What's your website? What's your social media link? What's your phone number? Fully customizable to you. And if you forget to put something today, here's the best part. Whenever you want to put it, update it, add, subtract, whatever you want, we'd be happy to do it for you. Steve, I'll let you close it out, pal. Thank you so much, everybody, for being on. I appreciate you. If you're already part of the InPhone family, thank you so much for being part of the family. We're growing at a rapid pace, and we couldn't do it without you guys. Steve, I'm very blessed to have my life, brother, and we couldn't have done this without our founder, Mr. Ron Sullivan. So I'm so excited to be partners with him, and he couldn't make it tonight. But anything I can do for you, I'm here. Steve, I'll let you kind of close it out and finish it out. And everybody have a safe
stay on in case there's questions I can't answer.
I'm staying on, absolutely.
Real quick, I'm going to share a testimonial with a gentleman named Ollie, who I met probably 4 months ago. The key thing is he's blind. And when I shared InPhone in a breakout room of a networking group, he called me like 4 or 5 times. I was in a meeting. I couldn't finally got a hold of him. He says, this is the greatest thing in the world. I said, oh, well, tell me about yourself. Well, I'm blind. I work in Washington, D.C. I adopted triplets that are blind. It's an amazing story because we had a hard time getting that message out. When he heard about InPhone, and I asked him, how do you know about InPhone? He goes, my best friend right here is showing it, is describing it verbally. So I just told James earlier, we even blind people using InPhone. Take it for what you're worth, but let me share his story because I think you're going to love what he's got to say. He's a great guy too.
Hi, everybody. This is Oli Cantos. I am so excited to share with all of you my experience with the InPhone. It has been a game changer for me. I happened to meet Steve at a business event, and he shared with me what an InPhone was. And I thought, what is that? And then when he showed it to me and when he explained what it could do, I was thoroughly impressed. And so the InPhone is a magnificent way to share multiple pieces of information all at once. And in my particular case, among other things, I work and support members of the disability community, including people who are blind like me. And so the old days, what would have to happen is I would just get a business card and I would have to share a business card. But actually nowadays, I don't have to do that anymore because now I can just simply send information to people by phone and it is accessible to our technology. And besides that, there is a way in one place that people who are blind and who can see, like most of you, where all of you can simply go to one place. You can look at ways to get in touch with me by social media. You can also see different samples of national media that was done on my 3 blind adopted sons and me. They're triplets. And that was covered in National Public Radio, People Magazine, NowThis.com, and some other places. And now it's all in one place where people can actually read those things and listen to the recordings and see the different videos. And they can also get in touch with me by social media. And besides all of that, if people wanted to set up a coaching call with me or a consultancy call, they could do that. Or they could reach out because of the businesses we run, or they could give to my son's scholarship fund. Whatever it happens to be, with everything that is so versatile these days, especially because so much of what we do is online, all of it is all in one place thanks to the iPhone. InPhone.
We can keep going. He goes another couple of minutes, but you get the idea of what Ollie's doing. I'm so excited because he texts me every week. His donations have increased because he's raising money for college for his triplets. His story's getting out there to more and more people. Can you all agree that's a hell of a story? It is unbelievable. I still get goosebumps every time I talk to him. He's such a wonderful guy. I'm so happy me and James can help him and work with him and help him grow. Just so you can see, kind of make it live. This is what Ollie's kids look like. Can you see his InPhone right now? Oh, let me share it. There it is.
Yep.
That's his, those are his kids. And you can see, he's done the same thing, support my boys. he sells some anti-aging products. Book me. His calendar is just going crazy. So I wanted to share that with you because I'm so proud at InPhone, what we've done, and the people that are on here have helped us. Guys like that people like that can really make a difference in the world. I know that's kind of cheesy and people say that a lot, but it's true.
It has been a game changer.
Let me turn him off.
Absolutely loved it.
See, he's so excited. He keeps coming back on. I can't shut the guy up. No, I'm kidding. So with that, is there any questions, comments? Just unmute yourself and throw them out there or throw them in the chat.
Floor is yours, everybody.
Or Celia, go ahead, Shirley.
Do I just give you the names of my referral people to put a referral A team on my phone? Because I mean, I have some on there, but they're not in one place like yours is. Yeah,
well, we want to get 10 because we don't want 2 or 3 in a referral A team. So when you get 10, we'll build that button at no cost. By the way, when James said we happily make those updates, he means it's free, absolutely free.
And Shirley, just to answer, just to add on what Steve said, you have so what we do is when you have under 10, we want to make it lucrative for your entire network. So we leave them on the front page of your InPhone down at the bottom so that people can actually see it. Because the worst part could be is when you say, hey, you want to contact my network, you have to see it. And they click a referral A team tab and it's one person on there. It just doesn't look very good business savvy wise. So we wait until you have about 10 referrals on the front of your InPhone, and then we move that to one single button, and it'll open up a new page for you, Shirley. But we'd be happy to help you with that anytime.
And all the referral A teams are only InPhone people, correct?
Correct. Now you can, if you'd like. I don't recommend it because it's just extra work for you having to explain what people do. But if you wanted to create a Google Doc in a PDF form with a link, which can be done, you can list all your referrals on there. I know people do that, and then they go reach out. Like in the beginning, they'll create a Google Doc with all of their vendors on there, and then one by one they'll end up getting InPhones, and we'll add them. But the issue with that, and again, I say this being biased, but as an entrepreneur, my window tint person, my auto detailer in the auto business, a bunch of different people I refer. When people say, James, do you have an auto detailer? I say, yes, I have the best. Now I have to sit there and go without an InPhone. This is what they do. They do motorcycles. They do boats. They do airplanes. They do ceramic coating. I have to spend the time and explain their business for an hour when I shouldn't have to do that. Now I say, go to my InPhone, click my A team, just click auto detailer in the industries. And there's everything about what they do, how they do it, their pricing, who they are. I just say they're the best. So it does make it easier. So my vendor list, my network, I say, guys and girls, I'm going to refer you anyway, but it'll be easier for me if you just get an InPhone so I can add you, so I don't have to sit there and explain for 2 hours what you do. Okay. Steve, I know we had some text messages.
One more question.
Too. Oh yeah, go ahead, Shirley.
So what if you have 2 different people in the auto detailing that you use them both?
Yes,
so
if you use them both,
click on auto detailing and 2 come up?
No. So that's up to you. That's where you can do the PDF, or you can click auto detail. I'm making this up. I live in Pennsylvania. Auto detail Philadelphia, auto detail Bloomsburg. So you have to decipher it. Now, I know a lot of real estate agents, I say that because that's our #1 sale. They have 2 mortgage people they use. Okay. So honestly, they don't even put a mortgage person on there because they don't want the other one to see it. So there's going to be times where you have to pick if you do want to put them on there, but you can have their InPhone handy where you can hand it out, but it might be a conflict for you. So obviously personal judgment, whatever you guys want. Great question, Shirley. Awesome.
Thank you.
Yep. Go ahead, Steve. I think we have some text here.
Yeah, I got some, let's see. So Jamel, who I talked to earlier, wanted my link. And Tori, I will be sending out the recording to everybody as soon as it's done. And any other questions? I'm sure there's got to be comments.
I have a quick question. I am. Hi.
Go ahead, Jamel.
Hi, Jamel.
Quick question. Can you put it on more than one phone?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay. Cool.
For
so,
James,
so Jamel,
Jamel, for James, he knows so many people, we got to limit him. but everybody else can do as many phones as they want. Just kidding.
All right,
So,
I got
Jamel,
2 phones.
Yeah.
perfect. Now, Jamel, do you mean 2 cell phones?
Yes.
So just so you know, InPhone is a link that with an icon, so to speak, that you can do it on any device. It doesn't matter. So I understand what you mean by you have 2 phones. You'll be using the same exact link for all your devices. It doesn't matter. So you can have 100 phones. And remember this, when you share your InPhone to somebody and they share it and they share it and they share it, that's how it just goes viral, so to speak, with your InPhone. So to answer your question, InPhone can be used on as many devices anywhere with an internet presence.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Thanks much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, welcome to the team. Welcome to the family. Appreciate you. Steve, any more in there, bud?
No more in the chat. Anybody else?
All right.
I think we're good to go. I want to thank
All right,
everybody.
Yep. And
But
Steve, are we doing another one of these? I believe in a couple weeks, right?
I think Christmas. What do you think? Christmas might be.
We'll let everybody know. We
Yeah.
might do one in the next 2 weeks or so, but if the holidays interfere, then we'll cancel till after the new year. But everybody knows we can do one-on-one demos for everybody. Whatever you need, just let us know. We appreciate you guys for being on. Go ahead, Steve. I'll let you close it out, and then everybody have a safe week.
Thank you, James. Thank you, everybody. Reach out to me. I've put my info in the chat. If you have any questions, comments, I know some clients are here, suggestions, we can do it. So one thing Ron has done is he found problems that people came to him with, like the realtor with video chat. A realtor came to him and says, I want to do a better open house. What can you do? Well, they came up, Ron did, InPhone developed video chat, which I think is brilliant for everybody. Keep in mind too, this is not just a business app. I've used it 20% of the time for personal. Send a file to somebody for fun, for school. It can be used for anything. Your family wants an access to you at any time. You send it to your family. Hey, here's my info. You want to call me? Click on the button, call, text, email. We do have a senior info. I won't get into it, but it actually makes seniors so much easier because it's their own info. Pat, I see your hands up. I'd love to hear from you. Good to see you.
Well, I don't know if I even want to ask the question. It might be a stupid question, but anyway, it is what it is, because this is all new to me, right? So whatever. Anyway, if I got an InPhone, which I think this looks pretty cool, and say Susie doesn't have one, how do I share what I've got on my InPhone to her?
With the QR code, or you can copy the URL and send it to her. So let me put this is my info. So I would just send it just like that in the chat. So that's my link. When you click on it, that's my info. Or you can pull up the QR code, which you see on my background.
Okay.
And they just scan it, or you can, that's a great question, Pat. So it's not a stupid question. It's great.
I was a little bit leery to even ask it.
No, it's a great one, because what some of our companies are doing, I think Shirley even did it in an event, and I did it for my fiance. She sells Mary Kate. They copied the QR code, put it on the table, put it on their equipment, put it on their office window, learn more about our business, scan the QR code.
Yeah.
Boom, they scan it, up comes there she is. There she did.
What do you got there, Shirley?
She's got paper. She's got labels.
They're labels that I put on my products or on my display. And so all they do is scan that, and there's my phone information.
Love
Well, you're real smarty pants, aren't you?
Love you, Pat. Good to see you.
Pat, I'm so happy you asked that. Thank you for that, because you know what? People actually, they misunderstand a little bit sometimes, thinking, well, how do I share it if they don't have an InPhone? That's the
exactly.
power of InPhone.
That's what I was figuring. Well, I got this lovely apparatus. Now, how do we make it rock and roll, right?
Yeah, so all you literally do, and again, I don't want to keep comparing going back, but people are used to business cards. I call business cards the yellow pages. That's what they're similar to anymore, because it's so old school, right? And nowadays with COVID, people they don't want to touch anything, right? So if you think about this, it's similar to just handing out your old business card, only now it's digitally. It's from your house, from your QR code. If you're on a Zoom, it's through a link if you're on your phone or your email. So physically, it's just like you handing out your business card. So they don't have to have an InPhone. They don't have to do anything. That's what the power of video chat as well. They don't have to have an InPhone. You send them yours, they click the button, you click host, and they click guest, and now you're video chatting with somebody that doesn't even have an InPhone. They could be on any device. So that's the cool part. And I'm glad you brought that up, because that's a very big question people always have. And it's a misunderstanding, which I'm glad that people get educated, realizing you both don't need them. But in my eyes, I want everybody to have them. So make sure they get one, guys. All right. Steve, I'm going to jump off.
I'm going to throw out a plug for InPhone. Pat, go to my InPhone, because we're in a similar business.
We are, hon.
And you can
how
see
do I
on
find
my
your
InPhone.
info? How do I find it?
It's in the chat. It's in the chat.
Okay.
Just click on the link. Click on the link and it will pop up in another tab for you. That's what I love about it.
Okay.
And you can see what I do with my products and stuff, how you can do with yours.
Okay. Very
Steve,
good.
I think somebody just had a question about monthly rates. There are no monthly rates. No, there's no monthly rate. It's InPhone's 01. It's a per year subscription, $199, $249, or $299. And we don't charge. I know there's a lot of people out there that charge a very big upfront cost and a monthly overhead. We wanted to make this as seamless and affordable as possible. So there is no monthly rates. It's an annual renewal, which I highly recommend. You get out there and use your InPhone, and for the price, I mean, again, I'm going to say be biased here. You can't beat it for what you get. So, Steve, I'm going to jump off. I appreciate you all. If you guys want to hang on, I'm sure Steve will answer questions for you. Yep. But I got to hit the road. So have a safe week, and thank you all so much for being on. Have a great night.
Safe drive, James. Remember, it's a tax deduction too for your business.
Yep. I write off everything.
That's great.
Even my margaritas.
There you go. Hey, Pat, keep in mind, remember the number I put up at the beginning of 13,515?
What?
The number of people that have viewed my InPhone was 13,000 people. I did that with QR codes and links. It's super simple. And your customers, family members, friends, they can all do the same thing. I know Janet, we've talked about that. I know Shirley, Joanna and Lynn, same thing. It's the power of, again, like I say, in contacting. How would you like to get calls, emails, or booked appointments from people you don't know? They got referred by Shirley, referred by Steve. That will happen. The one, because people always say there's got to be a negative to InPhone, and there is. Don't use it. If you don't share it, it does not work. We can't control that, but as I've proved, I share it every day. The number, I mean, I was astounded. I was thinking about 2,000 people over the year. When he showed me 13,000, I had belief before. My belief went from here to here because I have a lot of sales, I'm helping a lot of people. I'm serving a lot of people. So the word's getting out. Chanel came from a referral from Shirley. So, I mean, it was very, really cool. So any other questions, comments? I don't want to keep you too much longer. It's been 50 minutes. Anybody else? Well, thank you, everybody. We love you for being here. The next one I'll put out. Let's invite some people because I really want to share this with as many people as we can because we can help a lot of people and help you as well. You all have a great rest of the day, and we'll talk soon. Thank you.
Pat, if you need me, just contact me.
I will, honey. Thank you.
I'll see you Friday.
You betcha. Yeah. Bye-bye. Thank you, everybody. That was great.
Steve.
Thank you. Janet, I'll reach out to you. We'll talk about tomorrow.
That'd be awesome. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. I'll see you tomorrow too, Steve. So, and I saw Zorro. He's so cute.
Oh, yeah.